What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing news. Well, it looks like we got some exciting news. April 1st, 2013. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, top-ranked fighter, fighter of the decade. He's back. I hope you guys are excited for this, but Manny Pacquiao is back. I'm playing. He's really not back. It's April Fool's. uh, yeah, I just like to fuck around with you guys. But yeah, Manny Pacquiao's really not back. He's supposed to fight in September. But a lot of people keep asking me about Pacquiao. I don't know why. Um, why? He's not really even relevant right now. But anyway, for my new subscribers, I figured I'd take some time in this video to address some Pacquiao things, my thoughts on Pacquiao. Can he make a comeback? Um, I'm going to be brutally honest. No, I don't think he can make a comeback. And there's still people he can beat that are out there. But I'm talking about when I say comeback, for me, comeback means to come back to the position you were at previously before you got knocked out or exceed that position. And for me, he can't do that. He was on some pound for pound rankings as number one pound for pound, number two. He was definitely in the top three on a lot of people's respected pound for pound lists. I don't see him getting back there. Like I said, there's some people out there that he could still beat. But Pacquiao, I've said this again. Like I said, I did a video about this around Christmas time. But again, for the new subscribers, I'll go into detail a little bit. Pacquiao is not a technical fighter. He's not a defensive-minded fighter. He's a fighter that relies on aggression, overwhelming his opponents, speed, power, angles, footwork. And it seems to me that he has lost a step in a lot of those categories. It seems to me that he has a bunch of distractions outside of the boxing world. Bible studies and tax evasion, all kinds of stuff. He's on Jimmy Kimmel every week. So the distractions on top of getting knocked out, I mean, I just see it being too much. Yeah, you guys can say that some fighters have made comebacks after being knocked out. Lennox Lewis did it, Vitaly Klitschko, Mike Tyson, George Foreman. But guess what? There's one common denominator with everyone I just mentioned. Those are all heavyweights. And in the world of heavyweight sports and heavyweight fighters, one punch really can change everything. Now, there's one punch knockouts in some of the lower divisions too, but I'm talking about in the heavyweight division, one punch can really, really change the whole pace of the fight. Perfect example, George Foreman, Michael Moorer. George Foreman was getting his ass whooped, and out of nowhere, he just knocked Michael Moorer out. And that's what happens in the heavyweight. In the lower divisions, it's usually more active. You got a lot of young blood, and it just really requires more. There's more activity. The work rate is higher. If you look at Timothy Bradley versus Ruslan Provodnikov, there were 1,000 punches thrown in that fight. That's a lot. That's a lot of activity. Name the last heavyweight fight you've seen with 1,000 punches thrown. You're not going to find many. Again, Pacquiao, there's people he can beat, but I don't see him getting back to that echelon of boxing where he was this, who's number one, him or Floyd Mayweather type deal. I just don't see it. A brutal knockout, brutal knockout. And again, one of the things that makes Pacquiao in his prime is his ability to overwhelm. And he kind of went in with this fearless attitude. He knew he had a chin, and he went in with the fearless attitude, and he would just completely overwhelm his opponents. Now, after getting knocked out brutally in the 6th round by Juan Manuel Marquez, I don't see him having that same confidence. That has to take some of your confidence away, and it has to make you think. So I just honestly think Pacquiao will be somewhat gun-shy, somewhat hesitant, because who wants to get knocked out on national TV and have a bunch of pictures on Instagram about how you got knocked out and different caption pictures and all kinds of stuff? Nobody wants that. I mean, it's funny as hell, but nobody wants that. So I honestly think Pacquiao is going to be a lot more like apprehensive to throw that many punches and bunches, and he's going to be a lot more cautious. And that's not the formula that made Pacquiao. That's not what made him successful. So if he's not fearless Pacquiao, balls to the wall and swinging and awkward, and he's trying to play this like counter puncher or something like a Marquez, I don't see that working for him. That's not his style. It's never been his style. And You can't just automatically wake up one day and change your whole dynamic. People like Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bernard Hopkins, they do fight different than they did when they were younger, but there was still a graduation period. It was a gradual transition. Floyd Mayweather recently, he hasn't been using his feet as much as he did in the lower divisions or when he was younger, and that just comes with attrition or age. But he still made the necessary adjustments. I don't know exactly when it happened for Floyd Mayweather's career, but over the years he stopped using his feet as much, and he's been walking some opponents down like Cotto, and um, he's been fighting a different fight. But those were gradual changes. It wasn't like he just woke up and like, yo, I'm gonna start walking everybody down and I'm gonna use my feet less. It was a gradual change with his body that he noticed, and he made the necessary adjustments. But with Pacquiao, he's not gonna all of a sudden, 30 plus years old, become a defensive minded fighter or a counter puncher. And I don't think he'll be successful like that. He has to be successful being this aggressive maniac throwing punches. That's what made him a fan favorite and everything. So um, that's my opinion on Pacquiao. He's done in terms of getting back to the top three pound for pound. I really don't see it. Wish him the best. He's supposed to fight in China in September. Let me know what you guys think. That's all I really have to say. I just don't see him making this miraculous comeback. One thing I do think is going to be funny, Timothy Bradley was begging for a rematch after the controversial decision, and Pacquiao wanted nothing to do with the rematch. Bob Arum wanted nothing to do with the rematch. There's interviews and statements where they were basically saying Bradley has no fan base, and it makes no sense for us to rematch it. Everybody knows that Pacquiao won, and he has nothing to prove to Bradley. So, Bradley, being the light puncher, out of all the punchers that I've heard of potential opponents, Bradley is a known light puncher. So if all of a sudden they try to make this Bradley rematch, then that's kind of. I thought Pacquiao was supposed to be the people's champ. Don't go with the lightest puncher. I mean, I would like to see it just to see how they look, but it'll be funny that they were bad mouthing Bradley, saying the fight makes no sense, and then you get knocked out, and all of a sudden you want to fight the lightest puncher, but you didn't want to have nothing to do with Bradley. So that's kind of contradictory. If they do decide to go with Bradley, personally, I'd rather see Bradley and Marquez. And shit, let Pacquiao fight one of these big punchers like Alvarado or Rios and see how he does and see how they do coming up in weight. They put on two hell of a shows, and I think they've earned that right to get a big payday or a bigger payday with like a Pacquiao. So shit, make him fight one of those. But I just think there's a lot of young blood, and Pacquiao's not the same Pacquiao. For you guys that don't know, Pacquiao has not had a knockout since 2009. Think about that. Last person he knocked out or TKO'd was Miguel Cotto. And shit, Miguel Cotto's had several fights then. Austin Trout, Floyd Mayweather. He rematched and avenged his loss against Margarito. That was a long time ago. In that time, I think the Giants, the San Francisco Giants, you know, I'm from the Bay Area, they won 2 World Series in that duration. So, I mean, that's a lot of time. They won like 2 World Series since Pacquiao had his last knockout. So, just put that in your pipe and smoke it. That's something to think about. Let me know what you guys think. Is Pacquiao done? Does he have a chance to come back? Leave a comment. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, happy April Fools. Peace. I mean, signing off. Yeah.